Hi, welcome back to Nigeria Diaspora Retiree. One of the things about retirement is that it can be a bit problematic for people who have finished working full time and then end up not having a purpose. And I always say one good purpose is try to find something you like doing and that you can volunteer in. And when in Abuja, I volunteer in two projects that I'm engaged with. One is a health um, program which I'm more directly involved in as an in-country trustee, Education Plus. I'll put the website on the bio. And the other is a health program where I'm the mental health lead. That's the ILERA Community Health Initiative. In this clip, we're going to look at the work I do with Educational Plus. We're going to go around, look at the two learning hubs, and then look at also the after school, secondary school program. So please enjoy. And if you want to know more about how you can support these organizations, feel free to contact me. So we're turning into the road that leads to Apple. As you can see, central, well, not central, Abuja generally, they have a very good road network. On the left here is the cemetery. That's the cemetery for both Christian and Muslim burials. They're doing construction work on this road, they're expanding it to, I think, like a 6-dual carriageway. And because we are going into the more lower income area, well, from the houses on the right, it doesn't look like it, but eventually we are going to go into Waru, Wasa, the lower income areas. That's why you see a lot of Keke Marawa tuk-tuks on this road.
Sorry for the bumpy ride. The other gimbal I have is not working. That's much more better. This one, it's a bit of a local gimbal. It's not as good as that one, but I haven't really got my head around the other one. When I do, my videos will be better because that gimbal counteracts all the bumps. But I'm still learning it. We live and learn, live and learn. Wow, I've been away for 5 months. Surprising that the road work that's going on now, they're really starting it seriously. Abuja is looking good, but obviously we're showing you the more middle class area. Unfortunately, my opinion, when we get to lower income area, I think they have left that a bit to their own devices and not much development. So we'll soon be moving to, we'll soon be heading to an important junction that sort of divides the more lower income area. On the right, we have the road that leads to the highly condensed local Goma. Yeah, this road on the right, it leads to local Goma, very high density, low income area. And then onward, crossing this junction, onward we're now moving to Waru, Wasa, also low income areas, and you'll see that the type of cars that are being driven now will sort of be more low income. This is Malaysia Garden. This is the project I am the in-country trustee for. Have a hub there, which we'll be coming to visit shortly. And in the hub, it's a learning hub, and we work with outdoor school youth, preparing them to take the primary 6 certificate so that they can enter JSS 1. We'll be coming there shortly. I'm just going to the office first, dropping off Tomike and her reliable assistant Hidayat. The accommodation has changed now, more low-income settlements. Although some of them are still relatively good. Yeah, the settlements change. Although eventually these areas are earmarked for high-level estates, and obviously the low-income will be driven out again to only God knows where. But that seems to be development in Nigeria. Yep, we're coming up to Waru now. And unfortunately, because it's low income, you can see also lots of rubbish on the street that they're not clearing. But it's bustling, low-income but bustling area. But I wouldn't be able to live there myself. Bit bumpy, the road, bit bumpy. Yeah, so that's the office, ILERA Community Health Initiative. Educational Plus, which we also share the office with ILERA. That's the car I took, and that's Mr. Lawrence there. So let's go into the office just to say hello, and then I'm off to the 2 learning hubs. As you can know, it's very important when you're retired to keep yourself busy, and there are 2 projects I have in Abuja that keep me busy, and 1 in Lagos. So yep, so this is the organization that I'm the trustee, the in-country trustee, Educational Plus Community Initiative. And let me see whether my staff are in. Oh, they're in, busy doing some work. And yep, they're busy doing some work. Let me show you around the office of ILERA, the building. So there's a lot. Tomika does a lot of health work here, and sometimes we use it as staff training as well. This is one of our diagnosing rooms. This is where some medications are kept. And I think this is the lead consulting room, but nobody in at the moment. So I'm now off to go to our learning hubs, where we train out of school youth. So we're now on our way to our project WASU Learning Hub. This is where we take out of school children in the area, mainly from internally displaced communities, and train them up to finish their primary school 6 certificate, and that way they can then get into secondary school if they so want to. And the project also aims to, when our funding increases, to also ensure that we can contribute to some of their secondary school education as well. We do sponsor 1 or 2 of them into secondary school to complete JSS 1 to SS3, 6 years of secondary school, but we want to do more. So yeah, so we're on our way to WASA Learning Hub, the smaller of the 2 learning hubs that we have. And as I said, if you want more information about the work we do, just feel free to email me. So these are learning hub. The students are busy engaging in activities. Actually, they're on break now. Yeah, we have quite a few, and we're training them up to do primary school 6 certificate. And these are the 2 teachers. Can the teacher say hello? These are our two teachers. They're doing fantastic work. Okay. Over there is the early years, ProLabade, another organization, are doing early years. But I think they're hit by funding. They don't have a lot of money. So unfortunately, the children can't use the free classroom. We were funding it initially, but we had to pull out because we also had funding crisis and we wanted to focus on our secondary school program. So if you are into early years, any of you that have an interest in early years, feel free to email me and I will get back to you how you can help. So that was the first of our 2 learning hubs, WASA Learning Hub, where we take out of school youth between the ages of 10 to about 13, 14, and prepare them for their primary school leaving certificate so that they can enter secondary school. I'm now on my way to Apple to take some late breakfast, and later we will go to the second of our 2 learning hubs, which is Malaysia Gardens Learning Hub. And these 2 learning hubs are part of the program run by Education Plus, for which I'm the in-country lead trustee. So enjoy the ride to Apple, where I'm gonna get some amala. Very nice landscaped area, well, rugged, hilly terrain. If this was a developed country, they would be doing more walking if it was in the West, but obviously, to be honest, 35 plus degrees, you won't want to be walking in the hills here. But it's a nice walking environment if it was cooler temperature. It's also got a lot of granite in this area, and people have started mining the granite. Mining and selling. That road leads to Takanshala. We've got a junior secondary school we are working with here. Okay, they have opened this side of the road now. So that granite that they're mining, open mining granite. When I first started coming, it was only the road on the left was a single carriageway, one way coming, one way going. Now they've opened this lane as well. So a lot of development on roads in Abuja. The We're coming up to some cows blocking the road, but they will clear it shortly. So, see you at the Amala joint. So we're about to turn right into a very popular street in Apple resettlement area, where I'm going to have my late breakfast, early lunch at a famous Amala joint here. Not as famous as Yayo Matosh, which I'll go there one day, but this is still a decent one. This is a decent one in the Apple resettlement. So we're driving up the main fairway in Apple resettlement, very commercialized, built up area, as you can see. Sorry for the bumpy nature of the video. As I said, my gimbal, the other gimbal, I haven't got used to it, and I'm using this one, more simpler one. I think this is actually a selfie stick. Turning into there now, turning into the Amla joint I'm going to. Got what it's called, but we will see. That's not the place we've missed, I think. Yeah. Okay, it's called the Amala Hut. The Amala Hut. That's it. The Amala Hut. That's it, the Amala Hut. Yeah, got it. So we're at the Amala Hut in Abuja in Apple Resettlement. I've ordered my lunch, one pan of fish, one piece of assorted meat, 2 portions of okra, and the cost is comes under just under 7,000 naira, which is less than £4. And in most places in major cities in Nigeria, you'll be able to get a decent lunch for under £5. So I will eat it. Since I'm not a food critic, I'll just eat it, and after this we'll leave to either go home or check out another project that Educational Plus runs that I'm the trustee for. But so hope you like the look of the food. So we're entering into the Malaysia Guardian Learning Hub, our second learning hub for out of school children, out of school youth. This is a much bigger one than the one that we just left in Wasu. Okay, so let's go and see our children. Our students. Let's see what they're getting up to, and the teachers. Big bumpy road. Sorry for the bumpy nature of the road. This is mainly comprises of it was a sort of uncompleted estate built by a Malaysia government. That's why it's called Malaysia Guardian. And because the government, Abuja government, weren't taking it up later, the intended to displace people from the northwest came down and took it up, took residence. So they're living in the various uncompleted buildings, and they have a school here, and we are running the out of school program for the youth. It runs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, at 2 to 4 p.m. The reason for that is that many of the youth also work in the morning, so to give them time to actually work, we said, okay, come 2 to 4 p.m. So I'm now at the Learning Hub in Malaysia Garden. This is a settlement, again another IDP settlement, and some of these students, however, are also from the local host community, low-income community. They have 2 classes. Let's see what they're getting into. This is one class. The lesson is going on there. Well done. I think this is the senior class, and they're being trained to go to secondary school 1 in next year, and this is year 2. Okay, year 2, and that's the teacher there. So yeah, so this is our learning hub. As I said, this place is used also for a day school, which we don't run. We just run the learning hubs where they come from 2 to 4, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. So, as I said, if you want to support us, feel free to get in contact with me, and I will let you know how you can support us. Some of the students in this class are not yet here, but the teacher is working on their punctuality. Okay.
So we've seen the 2 learning hubs, which primarily work with out-of-school children to prepare them for secondary school education. We're now briefly going to go to the Saturday school of our main program, which is supporting over 50 children to complete their secondary school education, and then hopefully some of them will want to go into higher education, tertiary education, further education, or vocational education. So the next bit of the clip is just going to the after school club, where I went there briefly just to say hello to them, and also to see them receive all their textbooks that we bought for them. And of course, we also pay for their school fees.
All the books we have bought, these are all books that Educational Plus has bought for them to show you what we do with our money. And these books, they will be used by the students. They take them home, they own them, and they will be used for their studies. So That is why we need more people to support us, because each year we sort of have like 10 to 12 students each year that we put into secondary school. Now we have GSS 1, 2, 3, which is like junior high school, and we have SS 1 and 2, which is senior high school. And obviously, the higher you go, the more books they need. But yeah, these are okay. Thank you, students.
Thank you, sir.
So that's it. That's what I get involved in with regards to the educational work for Educational Plus. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe, share, like, make comments. And if you particularly want to get more actively involved in the work, feel free to drop me a line. Okay, bye.